One of the product that we launch on this trip here is the commercial charge gun.
Yes.
And this gun goes up to a higher amperage. A year ago, as you know, we launched the home charge, and that is designed for a 25 ampere. So the commercial gun is now designed for 50, 70, up to 100 ampere, and that's based on the IEC standard, which is also in compliance to the IS 17017 India standard. So the gun is now fully available. We have just officially launched it, and depending on the customer requirements, there are different configurations that can go into the gun. For example, at 50 amperes, customers can choose between a micro switch or a mechanical lock. And once you go higher amperage, 70 to 100 ampere, then customers will go with the mechanical lock. So this standard is a IEC standard, so it is more readily adopted, not only from a lot of the major OEMs here, two-wheelers. On this trip, many different customers that I talked to are pushing us very aggressively as well to launch this commercial gun, especially on the CPO side, charge point operator side. So we are all ready. The gun is, like I said, can be used for two-wheelers, three-wheelers. Some customers that we met that designs things like products like L3, L5 loaders, things like that. The whole design is we basically put this in a complete compound, similar to what we have inside here. Okay, so it's similar to a year ago that we launched the home charge gun. The product can be fully assembled, and the intent is very simple because cables usually take a very heavy percentage of the bill of material. So we can assemble this outside of India and to bring it in, but we also believe that most of the customers here, they would prefer to assemble with their own cable. Thus, correspondingly, the cable sizes, based on the power, it goes up. The cables get bigger, it gets heavier, so cost is a big issue. So we have given a lot of contingencies for most of these designs. Yeah. The application itself can go across two-wheelers and three-wheelers. And over the years, from our legacy products, and the market adopted a lot of what we did over here. And are basically based on that 2 power and 4 signals, or 2 power, 5 signals, things like that. So, and they are basically a DC inlet, to put it this way. It is simply a DC inlet, so you have an AC source, AC-DC conversion, then you charge it based on direct current. So this is a natural extension that can bridge for those that are thinking about standardization, so that everything becomes a global standard, IEC 62196 standard. So that's why we need to have this product available. The legacy products that we have in the market has been around, like I mentioned, also close to like a decade.
Yeah.
So, and we are correspondingly seeing a lot of heavier systems in the market with more intense vibration, number one. More intense frequency, another way to look at it. So, and many customers that is not using the connector alone for charging, because charging is a static mode, things are not moving, that is fine. But now we are getting a lot of customers that uses our solution that is also inside the system. And some are using it as a swappable battery. So swappable battery, the number of mating cycles, and we give a lot of thoughts about to make it more robust. So that's why we designed this connector from original 2-lock systems to a 4-lock system.
Yes.
So the 4-lock system is very good for a lot of the use cases involving multiple swapping. remove, take, plug, remove, take,
Right.
something like that. So for those on a fixed battery, take an example like those that we supply to some OEMs, fixed battery, two latch systems, they don't plug, unplug, everything is also fine.
Right.
So it's an upgrade version, the 4-lock system. So we have it both on the plug and the panel. And the best thing about the design is that it is backward compatible to the first generation. So I can take a 4-latch plug, I can plug into a 2-latch panel, and vice versa. So now it gives the entire market a lot of flexibility. We are already getting a lot of inquiries for this 4-lock system.
Okay. Okay. Good.
We have solutions over the years that caters for low amperage until where it is today up to 100 ampere on average. But we're getting a lot of inputs from the market that they want a higher, correspondingly higher voltage, correspondingly higher amperage. So we're thinking about a few things in terms of the product roadmap. And then I'll take an example. The current CP6, which is the IEC 62196 standard, IS India standard 17217, we're getting a lot of inquiry or a lot of requests for us to bring the ampere much higher. Okay, bring it up to something like 150, 180, something like that. Or simply from the system point of view, because they are anticipating a lot of the systems eventually going up to something like a 9, 10 kilowatt, things like that. So if you divide it back by the corresponding voltage, 60 or 70, that brings it up to that range of about 150, something like that. So these are things that we are thinking about. We have the technology and the know-how to overcome some of these challenges, and we will have interesting products lined up in 2025. Advanced technologies, we have different product ranges over the years. Some of them are possibly in a way, I wouldn't say less known. I wouldn't say less known. It's like you don't see it in that big a volume, something like that. So the range of products under Bangga is also a 100 ampere solution. And then we are seeing some of the OEMs here with bigger systems. For example, those in the motorcycle categories are using this solution. So I think another example, like one of the OEMs on the BMW C02 is also using this solution. And then similarly, a lot of the Africa markets, Boda, two-wheeler taxis, motorcycles, are also using this similar solution. So at some point in time, there are many people that wanted to use this as a standard. And my response to them is always, we are solution providers. We don't build the standards. It just happens that we are fortunate that the market adopted our solutions. You see it more, something like that. So, and along the way, different OEMs, as long as they want us to develop even higher power, based on the market needs and requirements, we have an obligation to meet those requirements.
Right.
Globally, we have customers across the Asia Pac. We are very big business at the moment here in India. And there are some other evolving areas, including also in Southeast Asia, for example. The Chinese market, we have a lot of adoption within the Chinese market. Those that do food deliveries, household deliveries, using a lot of our solutions. So, and then similarly with Japan, with Korea, and then with Europe, Africa, we're also now starting to have some presence in even in the Latin America market. So for us, it remains fundamentally same. We have a team very strong in product management. Everything that we do, we think pretty long term, easily 5-10 years. So when we come up with a series of connectors, we already think through the entire product architecture, how the product should be straight 90 degrees, and how this product can be extended into the future, something like that. So that is how we think about from the technology perspective. The rest of the other things, like I mentioned, pins and sockets. The sizes that we use for example, this CT6 charging gun. The size itself, there are certain flexibility. We can keep it at 100 ampere. We can bring this correspondingly higher, depending on materials we use, depending on the design, and some other treatment, on those pins and sockets to bring it up higher. So we watch how the market wants us to move, and we are always there to provide all the needed technologies in order for EV 2 and 3 wheelers to adopt around the world. We again, I was in ET Auto events last week.
Okay.
And all I can say is that we are very appreciative to Indian market. Over the years, we have been here since coming in about 2016, 2017. And then just very fortunate that some of the very big OEMs adopted our solution here.
Okay.
And then as we grow over the years, I remember the same events here, right at about 2019. Here in Prakati Maidan, then we also developed I saw some solutions, I saw some issues, some problems. For example, very big batteries with separate power, separate signal. And we came up with the Bangga that now, after a period of time, the solution is being adopted. So as we build more and more case today, Chogori becomes so synonymous with the interface. Not so much the company name. So like the 2+4, people, a lot of the market associated with the Chogori type interface.
Right.
Right. So we are definitely here to stay, and then and we have good penetration in the two-wheeler market. And then recently there are a lot of the three-wheelers also discussing with us in terms of solutions that we can provide in their application. So clearly, we'll do whatever we can for the success of the India market. We have gone very deep for the last 7-8 years to know enough and to strategize and to make sure that the entire ecosystem here in India, may it be at the vehicle side, may it be at the battery side, may it be at the charger side, even all the way up to charge point operators, things like that, we will have the complete solution to support and to provide.